It looked down to me.
It's down again.
But now it's telling me that the stream is live on Slobs. Okay, I think we're back again.
Yeah, we're back.
Yay!
Sorry about that.
No problem at all. What fun. What?
You said two people were on the dais and Teddy was in the water, and that was where I cut out. So
perfect, excellent, fantastic. So, 2 people are on the dais, 1 person, Teddy, is in the water. Deota is standing sensibly on the platform surrounding it. So, as the 2 of you are on that central dais, before you can move anywhere or do anything, the chanting rises once more, and on the ledges overlooking the room all around you, 13 dark apparitions. They're obviously not corporeal, but they appear on the ledges. Each one resembles a black-robed figure holding a torch, but the torch isn't light. It, in fact, is black, and it seems to draw light into it. Where you'd expect to see faces under the hoods, it's just voids. And they chant as one, kind of almost musically, the house is cursed. Pay the price to break the curse. One must die. A life for a life. One must die. Pay the price. One must die. And somewhere, far off in the lovely basement, a clock starts ominously ticking. The bundle on the altar unfurls to reveal a single dagger. Teddy, you have been here before 1,000 times. Maybe more. You have killed party members to make the necessary sacrifice. You've sacrificed yourself to get out of this cursed house. But you're still here. You really want to break this curse. And a clock is ticking, friends. Over to you.
Teddy, so is Teddy having like all these memories are kind of that he's been getting flashes of, or kind of like falling into place, and is he getting some clarity about like, oh fuck.
Absolutely. You realize the loop that you've been in, and none of the things that you have done so far have succeeded in getting you out of the loop.
Well, that's awful.
Mm-hmm.
Teddy looks around at everybody in the party and tries to decide who, if he's going to sacrifice one of these people, who is the most likely to break this 1,000 times? 1,000 times he's been down here? He's tried everything?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Is there anything he hasn't tried? Can I do a history check?
Yep.
This is overwhelming. This is overwhelming for Teddy. Teddy wants to make some sense, and he's trying to get a bearing on like what he's supposed to do next, because he's been operating from a place of like a sense of destiny, but at this moment it's starting to feel like the destiny was kind of a scam.
Yep.
Was the friends you killed along the way?
I just crit failed my history check.
No.
Hey guys, I'm not feeling real great about the start of combat here, potentially. Also, Debbie, while you ponder what's going on there, just as a quick technical question, when you say there's the 13 figures on the part overlooking the room, do you mean where Deota's standing?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All around the room, the whole ledge. Yeah.
But those are the ledges you're referring to, not like something for. Okay, cool. Deota's just like,
so
oh god.
There's one right next to you that's kind of like sliding in and out of your shoulder a little bit.
Cat. Meow. I don't know what Teddy's going through, but I think Mink's attention is on Deota and this thing, and Mink is going to ready a javelin to throw at the thing if it seems to be hurting Diota.
And he's gonna do a last moment of Twin Peaks season 3, and he's just gonna look and he's gonna say, "What year is this?"
Diota's at just everything that is going on. Dagger baby, chanting, specters, etc. And if one is right by me, word of radiance. Bad touch, no touch.
It has no effect. It's not, the apparition is not really there.
Debbie, what's the dog doing?
That's mildly
What's
comforting.
Lancelot doing?
Nothing. He looks freaked out, but like he doesn't want to go away from you guys. You've been with him this whole time, like looking after him. He doesn't, like, he's been trapped in this house for however long. He doesn't know how to get out of here. He's frightened, but he's not run away. Can I just deal with Adam's?
Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot about
Crit old crumbs. I'm just going to draw a quick bad boy card. Oh, I can turn a critical miss into a critical hit. That's pretty good.
Right.
All right, but
You could do that right now for Adam.
yeah, okay. I won't though.
What year is this? Nobody's gonna.
Well, I was waiting for Debbie to resolve the critical fail.
Well, she got her bad boy card. But yeah, what?
So you wanted to make a history roll to see if you knew like the best way out of this situation. And you are overwhelmed by like the stream of options that go in front of your mind. It's like Doctor Strange seeing the 14 million like opportunities in one, but you've got a tiny squishy brain, so you can't really handle all of those options, so you have no clue what the right thing to do is. And I think probably you're going to want to make a wisdom saving throw to stop your brain from melting out of your ears. Because you're not meant to experience more than one life at the same time.
So let me tell you, my heart fucking stopped when I saw that. There's another critical fail on the screen, but thankfully did not critical fail.
Okay, so you can ask like what year is it, and folks can respond.
Teddy, I'm gonna walk over and kind of haul him out of the water onto the dais. Are you? What do you mean? What year is it? And I guess I will say whatever year I think it is.
Is the year Mink says the year I think it is too?
Yes.
Good.
Teddy, for you, that's like 4 or 5 years after when you think it is.
What? No. That's not right. That's not right. It's 1374. It's the lightning storms. What's with these fucking ghosts? There are always these ghosts, too.
What do you mean there's always these ghosts? You've seen this before?
Yes. I've seen this 1,000 times before, but I thought it was 1,000 times in the future, but 5 years. So, what are the ghosts doing?
Nothing. They're continuing to chant. The house is cursed. Pay the price to break the curse. One must die. A life for a life. One must die. Pay the price. One must die.
you said the thing unfurled, right, on the dais?
Yep.
Dais?
And
What
it's
is-
just a dagger. Like, if you wanted to make a sacrifice,
Oh my
they
god.
give you a weapon. Isn't that nice?
Teddy, if you've done this, if this feels like something familiar to you, or like you've done this before, how did how how did you get out? Well, I guess you. Well, no, you came in. I saw you come in. I saw you. We all came in together, so you were out. So how did you get out?
Out! Teddy grabs the dagger.
Whoa.
Teddy, let's just take a deep breath. Right, do some good breathes.
No, I need to make some sense. I need to make some sense of this because I was just 2 nights ago that I was setting out to find my father, and this isn't right. This isn't right. Has it really been that long?
Let's breathe, Teddy. Breathe with me. And then let's focus on one thing at a time, okay?
Teddy wants to do can he trust even these people in front of him? Like, because everything's like,
Yeah.
would that be
What?
another?
Wisdom? Yeah, do you think that would be another wisdom save?
Maybe. $13.
Okay. Please hold while I type.
Feels like something you could just say out loud to us.
Yes, that's interesting.
Okay. All right. So for now, Teddy's not going to do anything with the dagger. Debbie, I don't want to leave that one up to. I don't want to do that.
Okay.
That was an
That doesn't
accidental
feel.
cast of radiance.
That doesn't
You're good.
feel good. But he's not doing anything right now. Yeah, he's not. He's not doing either one of those things.
Okay, great. So you've frozen. You're not doing anything. That is a choice. That's perfect. I love it. Is anyone else doing anything?
If Teddy freezes and is just standing there, then Mink is going to very slowly reach for the dagger and just say, Teddy, I just think maybe it would be best if we put the dagger down, okay? And if Teddy doesn't make any hostile moves or pull back, then Mink is going to take the dagger out of his hand and just very slowly, without making any sudden moves or any attacks or anything, just kind of set the dagger back on the altar.
Teddy has started speaking in netcode.
Yeah,
Interesting.
something happened to Roach.
Just for your reference, the clock is still loudly ticking.
They want us to sacrifice someone to get out of here, right? That's what this is saying?
Yeah. Yes.
Do you want me to put the text of the chant in the chat, in the channel?
No. Elise has it down. I'm just...
It's Mink.
Yeah, Mink is trying to puzzle this through. Thank you.
But we can't, Mink, I mean, I've bonded with all of you so much over the last 8 hours or whatever, and I care about you so deeply, Mink. We can't sacrifice anybody.
Okay. First of all, you don't have to act like we're best friends all of a sudden when we literally had, like, went toe-to-toe not that long ago. But I agree with you. There's no world where we're sacrificing one of us for this. Right. There has to be something we're missing. What if we just let time expire? What happens? I look at Teddy and I kind of like soothingly, I don't know, like trying to get Teddy to come back to us a little bit here. I'm just like, Teddy, can you think of any time you said you've done this before, where you haven't sacrificed anybody. And what happens then?
You can give me your last wisdom saving throw. If you like.
What the actual fuck?
That's a 7.
Okay. But a 17 and a 13 previously, which do matter. Okay. So you have, in all of the runs through of this that you've done, in all of the loops that you've been through, you have let time expire. And you get the feeling that no matter what you do, the outcome is always the same. It is a false choice that is in front of you.
Pay the price, one must die. Pay the price to break the curse, right? That's what we're being told?
Yes. Sorry, I was nodding very assertively and then I forgot.
And so Teddy's feeling, which he hasn't shared with us yet, then, is that that's not actually, like, paying the price doesn't fix it. It's a false choice. It doesn't, like, either way, you're fucked.
Mm-hmm. He'll share that in response to Mick's.
I mean, it doesn't seem surprising that, when the first line is "the house is cursed," that perhaps the, evil, despicable choice isn't actually going to do any good.
So Teddy, perhaps then quickly, in a very calm way, but quickly, what is going to fuck us? When the time runs out, what's coming? What's happening?
Is it always the same thing, Debbie, or it's always like dealer's choice?
So you only got a 7 on the last one, so you don't know.
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I just know that it's a false choice. The house always wins.
There are 13 apparitions, and there were 13 nooks in this sacrificial, or in the ritual room.
Correct.
I'm going to turn to my much smarter friend Diota and point this out and ask, do you think that's anything? Because I burned the vines, the bit of vines, so like I kind of look around at the apparitions to see, do any, like, would the one that matches, best I can tell, like, where seem different than the others, because anything like that.
You want to roll a look at apparitions check? Perception?
I want to tell my good friend Diota about it and give him advantage on it.
Them, yep.
Sorry, thank you. Them. Give them advantage on
it. Perception or investigation?
I think you can't interfere is the wrong word. You can't interact with these apparitions. So I think it would have to be perception, because you can't, like, snoopity-doop around with your hands.
I mean, I definitely could, but... all right. 9. Okay, at least I'm not actually good at perception. If we're going to assume that I didn't see a lot with that, I also want to... The thing that probably Jota's mind first is going to jump to is this kind of pattern of, like, objects and spirits and a dais and, like, you must have a sacrifice and blah, blah, blah. Is there anything that they know about, either from, like, theories of magic or history books, and just sort of, like, is this a type of ritual or effect that they could kind of know about?
I'm not even going to make you roll, because you're a smart person, and you've kind of absorbed so much trekking through the house and the secret library and the books that you picked up and so on and so forth. and obviously you talked to the delightful Mrs. Durst, you know that the cult were looking for a way to achieve immortality, and they practiced multiple rituals and experiments to try and achieve that goal. And in a way they kind of have, because it, based on what Teddy said, it feels like they've turned themselves into ghasts and ghouls and etc. But they've put themselves in this loop. So they are kind of immortal. And this seems to be the end point of the loop, is requiring a sacrifice of some kind to restart the loop. Now, that is outside of any kind of knowledge, magic, history, or anything that you've read, because you don't really have any knowledge of time loops.
Mm-hmm.
But
I can
that's what
infer based on everything.
Yeah.
That they tried to make themselves immortal, and they succeeded, but they didn't. Teddy, you said you've been here before. You've done this multiple times. They didn't grant themselves more life. They granted themselves the same set of life again and again and again. This is the end of it somehow. They want a sacrifice to seal this loop. It may be a false choice. There is still going to be danger coming, but I must stress, I do not think we should be sacrificing anyone, and there must be some way to break out of this then.
Sacrifice. No.
That's
no,
not
no,
really the
this
word
is,
I wanted him to repeat.
This is punishment. This is for Rex. It's punishment for Rex.
The clock ticking stops, and a gong sounds like it's traveling through the whole house, and the whole house shakes with the reverberation of this noise. You feel like perhaps the time that you were allotted to make the decision has run out, and it certainly isn't because the timer just ran out on my phone that I set going several minutes ago. You cannot make the choice now. The projections kind of flare brightly, but if darkness can be described as brightly, it's like something changes in them, and the chant changes. They're now saying, he is the ancient, he is the land. And that is continuing on a loop, while others of them are saying, come, demon, we awaken thee. He is the ancient, he is the land. Come, demon, we awaken thee. The dirty water filling the chamber ripples as something moves beneath the surface. A host of bones and flesh and disparate body parts come together from the water, collecting into a massive, shifting heap of gore that settles just above the altar. Please hold.
Oh, fuck. That's pretty big.
The portcullis that's up here slams shut. The door that you entered through slams shut. Roll initiative.
Oh, this is fine.
Look at it. It's good, isn't it?
Yes, finally, good dice.
Reasonable numbers here. Honestly, cleric going last is usually a good thing. Heals, right?
It's also fitting roleplay wise. Teddy's like fucked up, right?
Oh my god. These are some good some good rolls, friends. Lovely, lovely. Sort.
We're gonna smite things. We're gonna smite things.
No, don't smite me. Was yours a natural 20?
It was
Elise?
not. It was a 19.
Ah, psych.
So close.
So close. Okay, I just need to do a quick woodly whoop.
Oh, I have holy water.
Yeah. Okay. Just so you know, this thing has many hit points. Best of luck. What do you want to do, Mink?
I'm going to. In the past, remind me, we determined healing potions were bonus actions or actions?
Bonus actions, because I like Baldur's Gate.
Does that extend to other potions? Drinking a potion is a okay.
Yeah.
As a bonus action, then I will drink my potion of heroism.
Excellent.
And I forget what it does.
What does a potion of heroism do? Debbie, Google quick. I think it's like temp HP.
10
It is
temporary HP, and you can't be frightened, I want to say.
10?
Potion, 10 temp hit points for 1 and you are under the effect of the Bless spell.
Yes. Okay, that is fucking fabulous.
Is blue and steams and bubbles as if gently boiling within its vial.
How nice. I chug it without looking at the beautiful, steaming, boiling.
You're like, no time for beauty.
Okay. So that's my bonus action. And then with my action, with my movement, I think the first thing I will do is get myself between Mink or Muddy and the thing by just kind of pushing Muddy back a little bit, and if that's fine with you, Lena, and taking that space. Yeah. So you'll have to move Muddy's token for me back 5 feet.
Like back that way?
Yep, and then I'll step in to the space between them, and then I will use my action to attack with my Morning Star.
Smack it.
Smack it. That is a 17 to hit.
If you're blessed, you get a...
I do get a +4 or a D4 on attack rolls and saving throws, I think.
Correct.
Because it's the opposite of, or not guidance. Opposite, it fills in the gaps of guidance. Yes. Yeah. So that is actually a 19 to hit.
19. A 19 hits. Can
Fabulous.
You give the thingamajig damage?
Yes. I don't think I can smite because I already used my
bonus action.
So this will just be 5 piercing, apparently. Is that it? Really? I rolled a 2 + 3. Okay.
Yep. It barely seems to scratch the surface of this thing. But brace yourself. Although you take like the tiniest chunk out of it, a bit of the kind of flesh lumpy gore drops away, and you see baby Walter is in the heart of this creature, screaming and crying as a baby is wont to.
Is the baby intact in there, or is it like... okay.
Yes, but very... this is horrendous, sorry. Very integrated and entangled and gorified. But yeah, like, looks still like a baby.
Okay, so I guess... yeah, the question, and maybe this will have to be an investigation or something on another turn, and you can that's fine, is like, is there a hope here for unintegrating Walter out of this, or is this like Walter is gone and we have to kill the creature that has replaced Walter?
You don't know.
Okay, then with my just speech on my turn, I will just yell like, I can see Walter in there, it doesn't look good, and then that is the end of my turn.
Do up tap. I can't hear you.
Sorry, wasn't pressing to talk.
You're good.
Graboa didn't actually move. It's just I'm in the same square as him, and I don't want to try to figure out which token ends up on top there. Oh, just a second. Sorry, I completely forgot about this. I'm going to take a step down so that I'm in line with it in the gap between the sort of two sets of people. So there's like a 5-foot path from me to it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to see Diota pull out a rectangular, like a tall, thin strip of white paper, and begin drawing on it with sort of yellow-green ink. And just, it's going to hover in front of them for a second, and then erupting out from it in a 30-foot line is a burst of acid as they cast Tasha's Caustic Brew.
Lovely.
It is a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Lumps of flesh, notoriously
Bad. That's
dangerous. How dare you? All right. So if I failed Galway with an 11,
it will be covered in acid for the spell's duration, which is concentration of 1 minute, or until the creature uses its action to scrape or wash the acid off of itself. Will take 2d4 acid damage at the start of each of its turns.
excellent. Okay. Everybody, feel free to remind me that I am covered in acid, and let's all remind me that I need to maybe get Galway to make concentration thingamajigs when we get to it.
Teehee.
So do I take some acid damage right now?
No, it procs
At the start
only at
of
the
my
starts
turn?
of turns.
Sorry. Okay,
No,
thank you.
it's a little bit confusing because it also auto-rolled the damage right now, but that is... I'm just gonna go this way. Be as far as possible from it.
Yeah.
Graboa is going to hovering where he was. Go, my child. Attack 23.
That hits.
6 force damage.
So just like when Mink took a tiny chunk out of it, Graboa has taken another tiny little chunk, and it reveals the screaming face of baby Walter.
Working on it, kid.
Lumpy flesh lad.
And then Graboa is going to flying position himself between Diota and the creature. More.
Lovely.
That is it for the Alchemist Duo.
The Alchemist Duo. That's a great band name. Marie. Looks like it's you. And then it's
So
me.
with a bonus action, I'm going to drink one of the potions of protection from evil and good that I have. And you said since this was so successful, it also gives me +1 AC to my AC. So my AC is up to a whopping 15. And so that gives me creatures who are aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead have disadvantage on attack rolls against me, and I can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them.
It feels like it has to be at least one of those.
And this lasts for 10 minutes. So it should be plenty of time.
Question. So you chug this potion and that's cool. Do you think that in the act of chugging the potion, you know whether the thing that you're looking at is one of those things? No, I don't suppose you would. It's not like a detect
so.
evil and...
Yeah, it's not
If
like
you want to tell me, I'm totally
detect
open
evil
to
and
that,
good
but I
or
don't
the-
think so.
No, you don't know anything. You poor little nearly dead baby.
I've been taking no hits. She calls you nearly dead.
Right? And I'm going to move in. And unfortunately, this turn I won't be able to move back out because I used my bonus action. And swing with my silvered short sword at whatever this is. Hey, I got a crit hit.
Take a good boy card.
Yeah.
Boy card. Yes,
I will
well
do
done.
that after I roll damage because I have to navigate
Yes.
the deck.
You take your time. Do you get
Oh, I
sneak?
should have had sneak attack. Yeah,
Yeah,
I forgot.
sneak
to.
Yeah,
attack.
I just
yeah.
roll that separately.
And
You're
roll
good, you're
twice.
This is
You're
a
good.
good hit.
So it's 19 total
19?
damage.
Hell yeah.
So you think you've done, like, this is the best you could have got this thing. You're like slicing off gore, you're taking a big old chunk, and the creature just like other bits of gore just come and fill in, like bone and flesh and eyeballs, just fill in the gap that you've made. And you definitely hit this real hard, but there's a ton more gunk left. Oh, and of course you see the screaming baby at the core of this thing as you chop into it.
So, do I feel like, from what you're describing here, I didn't do any damage, I did less damage than I should have done, or just that it's just real fucking strong?
The last of those three options.
Okay. And that's it for me, because I'm out of actions, so...
At the start of your turn, 5 damage.
Thank you, Galway. Excellent. I'm having a good time. All right. All right. Ugh. So the flesh lump isn't happy at being hit, even as small amount as it's been hit. And so it is going to slam into Mari. Does a 7 hit you?
No.
Cool. Then it's going to turn and slam a bit of gory arm into Mink. Does a 15 hit you?
Sure doesn't.
Okay.
I get
great.
that shield up.
All right. How many of us are within a 60-foot radius of me?
All of us.
I mean, none of us, because you're in
everybody.
Britain.
Right, okay, but if you are the monstrosity, then all of us.
Lena, you know I am the monstrosity. Okay.
The monstrosity.
Yes, so the flesh lump, you are all within a 60-foot radius of my flesh lump. Yes.
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 I'm so glad you put it that way.
Please can everybody make a DC 14. Oh, no, I shouldn't have told you that. Make an intelligence saving throw. Forget the number that I just said. What a diggleberry.
I am blessed, so I'm going to add a D4 to whatever I roll.
Do it. Do it.
And is this one of the things that I shouldn't have to do, or is it even one of those things at all? Is it a...
sorry.
So if it is an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead, and then if this is a roll for charmed, frightened, or possession.
No.
Okay.
It's 12 from me.
16 for me.
11 for Teddy.
Hey, another crit for me.
Grab
Card,
another good boy card.
Card.
Thank you. I didn't grab either of them. I will grab both now.
Okay. So, let's see. Mink, fail. Go away. Dure to pass. Teddy, fail. Murray, pass. All right. So, though Mink and Teddy, you feel your mind being assaulted by a vision. The flesh lump is showing you a vision of something that it's seen or that's happened in this room before. It's just a kind of depraved, horrendous vision. And you see Mrs. Durst, in human before she was gassed, looking at herself in a mirror on the dais, and she's beautiful. Her human form was lovely, and she's surrounded by sumptuous fabrics and gorgeous food. The reflection is just lovely. But the reality, which you can see, but she can't, she's looking in the mirror and just sees this beautiful life that she's leading, but you see the reality, which is that everything, including herself, is rotten, covered in mold and bugs and maggots, and just her flesh is sloughing off. She's cursed, but she thinks herself immortal.
Where is that? Sorry. That's just like a vision we're having, or that's in the room somewhere? Okay.
That is a vision that you're having, but it is a vision of this room in a previous other state or place or thingamajig. And
it ends up just being a commercial for BetterHelp.
They do not sponsor this stream. Absolutely not.
No. Okay.
And I need each of you to take, please hold, 3 psychic damage. And I need to mark that Adam has 1 and Elise has 1 for no reason at all.
Be smarter.
That is the end of Fleshlump's turn. It is Teddy's turn.
I'm trying to think like a disoriented cleric here. Does Teddy think that there's any like saving the baby inside this flesh lump? Like, is the baby a victim here? Like,
is the baby a victim, or did the baby choose this?
Yeah,
Adam?
Like,
okay.
No. I'm trying to think. Like, is there a way to like if we attack this, are we hurting the? Are we like just throwing the baby out with the flesh lump water?
Okay. The baby is for sure a victim in this. The baby did not choose this. It's baby. You can see that the baby being held within the flesh mound is not a happy baby. It's not having a good time in this flesh lump.
Well, sure.
But you also know that, like, the flesh that you have seen be carved away by your friend's attacks isn't hurting the baby. It is hurting the thing that is imprisoning the baby. And every time the thing is hurt, you see the baby momentarily before it kind of knits closed over it. So you don't know. And it seems like this thing is pretty strong, and there's a lot of flesh left. But the baby doesn't seem hurt, apart from the fact that it's held within a horrendous, gory flesh mound.
Okay, just making sure. About, just what I ask. Teddy will try to cast Guiding Bolt on the lump of flesh, I think. So let's put that in the thing. Oh, and so I have to. I do this. 21.
A 21 will hit. I don't know what that means.
Oh God, Mink is speaking in netcode.
I was trying
Spreading.
I clicked the show spell description because I was like, oh, doesn't this give the next person to attack advantage? And then
Yeah,
like,
it does, but the description's right above. Yeah.
Oh, it sure is. Thank you.
So I roll 4d6.
4d6 radiant. Yes.
Nice.
That's
Upper half of
pretty
the die.
solid. 18, and yeah, the next attack roll has advantage. thanks to the mystical dim light glittering on the target.
I'm just got to get a quick calculator out because bloodied is half. Is that right?
Yes.
Don't worry, we're not there yet. We're miles off. Carry on.
Okay, Debbie. Can we put
Elise.
a little bit of stink on this? I think that Adam has set me up for something I want to try. And
Yes.
Okay, with guiding bolt on this, the idea is that the creature is marked in some way by Adam's guiding bolt, which then gives me advantage on my attack, right?
Right.
Okay. Can I use the guiding bolt as it hits and parts the flesh to reach into it and grab Walter?
Yes.
And as
Yes.
I do so, I would like to cast command.
Ooh.
And I would like to say give to try to get the creature in some way to release Walter to Mink.
Okay. You can definitely do those things. There is going to be a... I've got to make the roll to resist command, right?
You do,
And-
yeah. I can put I'll put it in the chat. I speak a one-word command to a creature I can see. Target must succeed a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn. Spell has no effect if the creature is undead. It doesn't understand my language, or the command is directly harmful to it. Is it undead? Okay, that's all right. I had to try, right? So that's fine.
Sure.
Yeah.
But what... Okay, so... What I am willing to let you do, if because you learn that the thing is undead when you cast the spell and you go, it's not fucking working. What it also has no languages, so it maybe can't understand you either because it's a lump of flesh. So what I want you to be able to do as well as the guiding bolt parts it and you see Walter, because that guiding bolt did a fair amount of damage. You can, as you cast command, you can reach in and try and pull Walter out with a athletics check, like you're trying to strengthily pull him out. It is going to be hard, but you can give it a shot if you like.
Okay, yeah.
I have flavor to add, by the way. The guiding
Flavor
bolt.
away.
The guiding bolt takes the form of like one of those musical crib mobile light thing that would hang over a baby's crib or something. So
Oh my
he's
God.
trying to attack the creature and also trying to provide some comfort to the baby inside. So it is something that Walter, like if he's in there and he's awake, he might make eye contact with and might want to like reach up towards, as infants are wont to do.
And absolutely. And as Walter reaches towards maybe the guiding bolt, you can grab his chubby little baby arm.
Is this athletics or just strength?
Athletics, please.
And do I have advantage with guiding bolt, or is the stink of me getting my hand on Walter, the guiding bolt advantage is gone?
I think the latter. I don't think you're going to have advantage, but you are still a blesto.
Yes, I don't get to use bless on this because it is not an attack roll, it's an ability check.
It's an
This would
ability
be
check.
Or unless you want to count it as a type of attack.
like a grapple. That's an attack.
Yeah, and then basically you're trying to grapple the baby to pull it away.
Right. So that would still be essentially an athletics, but
Athletics
grappling.
plus yeah, I think that's
so.
fair.
I get the plus D4. Okay, so I'm going to roll my athletics and roll a D4, and it's not an advantage. I'm going to spend a good boy card.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to hyper focus, triple my proficiency.
Okay.
I'm also going to spend one that, since we're determining this is an attack, that gives Elise advantage on all attack rolls made this turn.
Okay. So
All
I
right,
have
hang on. Let me look at mine.
Everyone get their stuff in.
I've got ones that are like good if we're like doing some, like when you meet NPCs or like if you have rations and stuff.
I just once again dropped my good boy card somewhere on the table. And
Yeah, wherever
Don't
it's
worry.
supposed to be. Just drop it on the map somewhere.
Yeah,
Debbie
yeah.
can
I'll deal with
recover
it
them
later.
because it's not dark for Debbie. The DM
Okay,
view.
well,
I mean, the world
maybe
is
a little
dark.
bit on the actual map, but
Oh, yep, there
Okay.
he is.
So I'm just I know you're still looking, Debbie, to track. I have advantage. I have +6 for for proficiency instead of +2 right now. And I have bless on this, so I get to add a d4. I'm gonna roll the d4 first because I don't want to add it at the end. So 2. Okay, so I have
8.
what I roll. Yeah, well, okay,
Oh.
but the athletics already counts 2, so what I roll +6
Yep.
is going to be my final roll. Are you ready, or do you want to keep looking for your bad boy cards?
No, you're fine. I'm going to remove the card that's on the table.
Okay, here we go. Here it comes. Come on. So 19 plus 6, 25.
plus your 2,
Plus your
right?
2.
So
But
27.
no, the 6
The 6 includes?
because
Okay.
because the athletics
She did the
automatically
math
calculates +2 with
Okay.
my proficiency, so then +4 more for the proficiency,
Oh, yeah,
+2
okay,
for the
okay,
bless.
gotcha. Okay, 25 is
25.
pretty good.
25?
Especially for a level 2 character.
Okay. So, here's the thing. There's a mechanic for this in this flesh lump mound. And the DC for this check starts at 30, and as you're chipping away the health, it comes down. A 25 is a failure.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
But you in flavor world rather than in mechanics world, you get hold of Walter really well, and he's entranced just for a moment by the what's it called?
Mobile.
Twinkly
mobile.
Well, did we
mobile.
say
Thank
this
you.
is or isn't an attack?
Is.
It
It
is.
is an attack, so I can't be providing guidance. Okay.
You cannot. And Walter is motioning towards that. The little hand comes out and he reaches for it, and you get hold of that wrist and you pull. But there's enough of the flesh mound left that it very quickly closes over and pulls Walter back into the heart of itself, and he is ripped from your grasp. But you have hope that it is possible to get Walter out. It is just hard at the moment.
That's what I was
it
going to
gives
say
you.
is I'm going to yell to my group, right, seeing all of this, like, this is we can get Walter out of there. We just need to get more of this flesh gone first. And I will end my turn.
Excellent. Lovely. Very good.
Thank
Very
you
good.
for giving me the option to do that strength check as well, because the command spell
Marvelous.
failed. So
Oh, yeah, well, that
very
kind of
nice of you.
sucks. I would like to give Adam an inspiration for the guiding bolt mobile, and Elise, you can have an inspiration for kind of logicking that through. And command was such a good idea. It's just, it's like, it
Too
has no
bad,
effect if
yeah.
I'm dead. And like my little face, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, that's okay.
I know
that's okay.
it was so funny because I could see you go, damn it.
Yeah.
I was like, I actually wanted this one. This was cool.
I have no poker face at all.
Yeah. My turn?
Yes, Diota, thank you.
When this thing peels away, like when the flesh peels back, is it just where like it's being hurt, or is it almost like it's like shuddering, like a sphere opening? Like, if you see what I mean, like, is the opening in kind of a reliable place, or is it just where the damage is?
It's where the damage is, but wherever you hit it, you see Walter. It's like Walter is ubiquitous in wherever you hit it. If you hit it like on this corner or that corner, Walter is there.
Okay.
Which seems impossible. The geography of this is not normal.
Yeah, but it doesn't. But I also have seen, like, Teddy fucking blasted the thing, and Walter seemed none the worse for wear. So I'm not
Correct.
really concerned about hitting it hard, hurting Walter then.
Correct.
I'm going to step to here. And place in front of me one of what I termed my alchemist fire taffy. And you're going to see Diota pull out another sheet of paper, but this time it's orange, and with heavy sort of square strokes draw on it, and then it just sort of poof in front of them. And after a second, though, you'll hear and the vial of the potion is going to rocket forward as I cast Catapult.
Okay.
So it needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Notoriously dexterous, these flesh lumps. It's a 5.
It will take 15 bludgeoning damage from the impact of the vial hitting it. And
Love
the
that for me.
vial will then break, coating it in alchemist's fire that reduces its speed to 0. Let me find alchemist's fire real quick, because I didn't actually note down how much damage it did.
1d4.
Seriously? Oh, at the start of each of its turns. I was like,
Yeah.
1d4 is wildly disappointing for a consumable item.
It's
Okay.
until my fire goes out, and I can't move to dip myself in the water to put my fire out. You snot bag. Well played. All right.
Okey-doke.
Give me that 1d4 of ow burn.
Well, that'll be on the start of your turn.
Oh, so I get acid and fire?
Yeah.
Whoopee.
I'm just trying to crank through this thing when it's its turn. Gonna move over here.
Okay, I love this for me.
Grapola's gonna rotate and go most valuable homunculus.
This mound of flesh looks bloody.
Yes. 14.
What is my... yeah, 14 hits. It's just a lump of flesh.
4 force damage.
I'm so mad at you. You kill my lump of flesh. It'll be
And that
real
will
sad.
be it for me.
Cool. Great. Mari.
Cool. I'm going to...
One thing, sorry. Elise, at the start of your turn, you should, because you got smacked with the vision, you should have taken 1d4 of brain damage, so you can have another 3 psychic damage. And Adam, at the start of your turn, you'll also take that 3 psychic damage. Sorry. Forgot. Murray, sorry.
You're good. I'm going to use another good boy card, because this seems like it matters. Follow-up, which makes it so if my last attack roll was a hit, I can automatically hit on my next attack against the same target. So my last attack roll was a hit. So I'll automatically hit this attack. I'm still going to roll in case it's another crit. But either way, I hit.
That's you, that is.
Yep, that's me. And before I do that, I'm going to cast Hex on it using bonus action. So it might be immune to necrotic damage, I'm not sure, but I'll deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage to it when I hit it with an attack. And then the ability I'm choosing is Strength, so it has disadvantage on strength checks. That includes athletics, made with the chosen ability.
Does that include attacks?
No.
Good. I mean, okay.
Just strength checks, yeah.
Okay.
And now I'm gonna roll to see if it's correct. It's not a crit. That might not have hit though. So.
Boo-hoo. Not a crit. You still will get your sneak though, because Mink's right there.
So that's 8 piercing damage, and then I'll roll for the necrotic in case it's not immune to necrotic. Or you could just tell me if it's immune to necrotic.
It's
so
not immune to necrotic.
So that's an extra 5 necrotic damage.
It's a lump of flesh. You can necrotize
Sweet.
flesh.
And I don't feel like that necrotic damage healed it or anything, right?
No.
Okay, cool. So that's 13 total damage. And that's
Cool.
my turn.
You see baby Walter, the tendrils of flesh and gore and stuff that were holding him in place seem much, much less. You think the hold that the creature has on him is substantially less. Why is there a box around you?
What?
Oh, no, never mind. It's fine. I don't know why. It was just like your token was highlighted for me with a big yellow box. I was like, why is that? And then I moved my cursor and it went away. I don't know what I was doing. That's the end of your turn?
Yes.
It is my turn. Okay.
It takes 5 damage from Galway's spell. He put the damage in the chat.
Oh, lovely. Thank you, Galway. Is that the acid and the fire, do we think?
It was 3d4 and it totaled to 5. I don't know. It just says drop the damage.
Hang on, Alchemist Fire was 1d4, and the acid thing that was chucked at me was 2d4, so yeah, that's all of it together.
Okay.
Lovely, lovely. Well done, Galway. Ah, so smart. I hate it. It's my turn. All right. Mink, does a 22 hit you?
It does.
Yes!
For the first time. No, just kidding.
For the first time in forever. You can take 4 bludgeoning damage and make a strength saving throw, please.
Just so you know that finally burned through my temp hit points. Let's go heroism. Here comes
You're such a hero. Holding on for a hero till the end of the night.
That's right, yeah.
That's your theme tune that's just running in your head.
Okay, here comes my +4 for bless. My plus D4 is +3, and my strength save is 15 total.
Okay, fine. Nothing happens. Good job, Mink.
Oh, actually, my proficiency bonus is still tripled because it's until the start of my next turn. So that would have been higher, but that's okay.
Well, it doesn't matter anyway, you lovely human being. Ooh. Fine. And does a 23 hit you, Murray?
That was with disadvantage?
Oh, yeah.
Shit. Yeah, that hits.
You missed the natural 20. You're welcome.
Nice.
Thank God.
You can also take 4 bludgeoning, and please make a strength saving throw.
Rogues are known for their strength.
Notoriously, that's what I hear.
13?
Aha! You get pushed back 10 feet. Go away, says the flesh lump. You want me to move you?
No,
No, you did it.
I was checking if I had any good boy cards that go off of strength, but I don't.
Okay, and can everybody please make me a DC 14 intelligence saving throw?
If we've already failed this, do we need to make it?
Yeah. Because they
If
stack.
I critted on mine, do I still need to make it? Do
Yes,
I get
but you
any
can have
bonus from having
advantage.
critted? Okay, I get an advantage. Cool. 15. Thank God for advantage.
Oof. 9.
All right.
10.
10.
Jeez.
Hi, yeah. Okay. So everybody that failed, holy moly, takes a D6. Why am I only rolling 3s? All right, everybody that fails takes 3 psychic damage and gets 1 extra stack. So Galway's got 1, Adam's got 2, Elisa's got 2. Oh, this is gonna be bad at the start of your turn.
So I lost. You had told me earlier that I would lose 3 points.
Yes. Yes.
And this is in addition to that?
Yes.
Okay.
Every time you fail the save, you lose. And at the start of your turn, you lose as well.
Okay.
Oh, let me read you a horrendous vision that you see whilst I plug in my headphones. You see the same sunken room you're in now. So this is everybody but Murray, except back when it was in use by this cursed cult. Characters in dark robes stand around the dais, and you can hear the chanting, but you can't make out what they are saying. Worst of all, though, the water that you're wading through, it's currently actually just blood. Lovely.
Lovely.
That's the end of my turn. Over to you, Teddy.
Oh, goodness.
Did you roll a constitution save so you don't throw up, Diota?
No.
Oh, concentration. Bam, bam, bam. I got it.
Oh shit! I need to roll concentration on Hex. Thank you for the reminder. I almost never use concentration spells. So also, what am I doing? How do I roll?
Make a Constitution saving throw. You need 10 or above because you didn't get into super damage.
I'm good. Thank you. Yeah, I barely ever take concentration spells.
I love that we're all learning. This is good. Teddy.
How's everybody looking?
I look
pretty
okay.
fucked up.
I like
Diota looks
Okay.
pretty fucked-
No, you look pretty fucked up.
Oh, okay, thanks. Yeah.
Diota's
I did.
Diota's okay by somewhat sickly looking elf standards.
Well, Teddy's in no mental state to start caring for himself right now, so
Aww.
Teddy is going to cast Guiding Bolt again.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's just gonna go for it.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yes!
That's a crit hit, Guiding Bolt.
Take a good
Come on,
boy,
Teddy.
Guiding Bolt, most valuable spell today, it seems.
It's a super valuable spell, period. It's so good. I'm so excited.
All right.
It's nice going after Adam in initiative, too, because then I get the effects of it.
Whoop-de-doo.
So, now I will put my good boy cards away and roll 4d6.
If you just roll the Guiding Bolt spell, it should automatically increase the damage.
Oh, I didn't do it.
Is Guiding Bolt normally 4d6?
Hang on, let me scroll up.
Yeah, I
Hex.
think so.
Command. Guiding Bolt, 4d6.
So it's 8d6.
Oh, that you because of the crit hit.
Do you want me to just double what you've rolled, or do you want to roll again? It's up to you.
Roll again, I think. Unless somebody smarter than me thinks I should just double what I have.
Go with your gut. Do whatever you want.
Hmm. 15 plus 12, 27.
27.
So much damage. God, that spell is so strong.
And this
So,
time
It's easy for Mink to yank Walter out after this.
This
This
lump of
time-
flesh is like just dripping away from itself. It's like this, the pool around it is just surrounded with bits of arms and legs and eyes and blood and bone and toes. Everything. It's just falling away, and the thing is like, I don't know, a seventh of the size that it was when you started, and you can almost see the entirety of baby Walter.
I
So it
love
was
the
a
specific
unicorn
pose
lamp
allowed.
this time, by the way. A unicorn.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Be cute. Is that all of your turn?
Yeah.
Cool. Great. Love this for Debbie. Nat.
Is it me?
Oh, yes, sorry. Mink.
And I take damage at the top of my turn.
I do. You will take 2d4 because you have two stacks. Please hold.
Roll low.
5 of your psychic
Roll perfectly
damage.
Average.
Yeah, you are just assailed with these awful visions. Do you want me to describe another horrendous one to you? No, we'll save that. Don't worry. I reckon I'll survive another turn.
Now Mink doesn't look great, but that's okay. I'm going to reach in.
Yeah.
Use the advantage from Guiding Bolt on this attack grapple to pull Walter out.
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. Sorry, I still have Bless, so I'm going to roll that. It's 1, so I get to add 1 to my roll here, and I have lost the triple.
Yeah.
19.
So with the 19, with the light of Teddy's spell, and just the amount of flesh that is not present imprisoning Walter, you get both of your hands around the chunky, chubby little torso of this gorgeous little baby, and you pull with all of yourself, and you rip Teddy out of the remainder of this flesh lump, and you fall back.
Not Teddy.
Not Teddy,
Walter,
sorry.
Who's holding a teddy bear.
I was like, oh god, this is a twist.
Walter is baby. Teddy is future.
Baby, oh my god! Yeah, you thought it was a human, but it's not. No, it is. Walter, sorry, you pull Walter out of the flesh mound, and you fall backwards, and you cushion the baby onto your chest, and Walter stops crying immediately, and the flesh lump dissolves. It's gone, and then the combat is over.
Actually, I think Mink. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go on.
I was going to say, Mink has a lot of younger siblings, so I think Mink is quite comfortable holding this child. So I was going to say, like, oh, God, what do I do? But actually, Mink is like, yeah, I was kind of used to this in his own way.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And Walter isn't crying anymore. He's just kind of gurgling and baby noises.
Is he alive? Like, I kind of check for a pulse. Like, this is not like an undead baby creature. This is a baby.
Medicine check.
Oh, sure.
Hmm?
Here it comes. $13. I will also use Divine Sense here. I'll put it in the chat.
What does that tell you? Yeah, sorry.
Strong evil registers senses like a noxious odor. Celestial fiend undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Okay, so it's not celestial. He's not a fiend. He's not an undead. He's a baby. You can't get a pulse, though.
But he's gurgling and.
But you know he's not undead. But you're not entirely sure what's happening.
What are we?
You can ask someone else if you want.
Well, I don't think he's exactly alive, but he's not exactly dead or undead either.
I can look at him. I grew up around a lot of babies and children with children, and if he's alive and okay,
Exactly.
I mean, I know some people who adopt babies pretty regularly. Orphans are pretty common in Barovia. But let me.
Yeah, you can take a look. If you can find a pulse, that'd be awesome. Because
I'll look for a pulse. Grew up around babies, but I'm not medicine-y. Oh, 16 still.
Okay. So 16 is better than a 13. Sorry, Mink. You have no clue what this is, magically speaking, but the baby that was Walter is not alive, but this is a kind of rose and thorn situation where, like, the children that you met outside seemed physically real until you realize that they were ghosts, and you think you're into a similar situation here. And Teddy, well, if you communicate that out, then Teddy's going to have an opinion.
Well, I don't know if the people I know who adopt babies that aren't properly alive, but we could check. He's not got a pulse. I think he's like Rose and Thorn, maybe a ghosty baby, but corporeal. I don't understand these things.
What's my opinion? Oh yeah, that makes sense. Teddy will step forward and he'll say, I think we need to do for Walter what we did for Rose and Thorn.
I think that makes good sense.
We never found Walter's remains like we found Rose and Thorn's.
I think you're holding them.
This might be all Walter gets in the end.
Wait, no, Mink's holding a ghost baby. That's not. I just said that's not a proper baby. There's
This
no bones.
Might be all Walter gets in the end, just like the rest of us. So I can do funeral rites on it.
We found his coffin earlier.
Is that right? Or Debbie, does he think that he can do it on this, or yeah?
Yes. Yeah, you think that whatever physical remains of baby Walter there aren't anymore. The flesh lump probably absorbed some or all of those, but you also think it doesn't matter. You think that it's more of a kind of magical ritual sort of thing to put baby Walter to rest in this way.
So I could do a proper ceremony spell with my one remaining spell slot, and actually do it for an hour. Last time we kind of rule of cooled it, I guess, but yeah.
Do we want to get him back to his?
Yeah, we'll backtrack
mausoleum?
up to the mausoleum. And...
Sure. Yeah.
Also, what has Lancelot been doing this whole time? Just chilling?
Lancelot was ready in case you needed him, but he's just chilling. He's fine.
Okay. He'll come with us back to the coffin. We have a dog now, I guess.
Did he drink any of the water?
Oh, yeah, a dog. Yeah, that's what you've got.
Oh, God.
He didn't go in the water. No.
Okay, good.
The sacrificial
did you step in the... Oh, gone.
Gone.
Just like
figures gone. Yeah. But the cloth gone. There's fleshy, lumpy remains, but everything, all of the other, like the ghosty apparitions, everything else gone. And the doors unlock. The portcullis and the secret door that you came in through that kind of slammed closed. Creak open.
Debbie, does this feel like a new point for Teddy, like in terms of his memories of being here before? Like, has he ever
Gandalf have no memory of this place? You've not got to this point before, you think. Or if you have, you don't remember it.
I closed the door myself and I'm trapped in the dark.
Yeah, I can't figure out how to get through the store. Oh, I opened it again.
I'm pushing the button.
You're right there?
Are we going the right way? Is it this way? I'm trying to head to the coffin.
I don't know. Which way do you think it is? I'm going to have to move you to a different map.
Do we need to go physically to the coffin? Yeah.
I can move you physically if you really want to go there.
Physically in digital space?
Yes.
Which number was it?
I don't think it matters.
Oh my God,
if
it's
we
so
can
far
just
back.
say we're going
You did it.
to the coffin and then...
And there was no sign of my friends in that room. I would have searched before we left to go.
Do you want to give me a friend check?
Sure, what is that?
I don't know.
Investigation? Because you're looking through the...
Sure.
The bits. You can look through the gore and see if any of that looks like your friends.
May I assist? Knowing that we're looking...
You don't know Marie's friends. How are you going to help
But I've
them
described
identify?
them. I've said that they look like two tiefling women about my age.
Mink also thinks Marie's friends are dead, and so would be looking for horns.
Bits of tiefling?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay,
And at
fine,
the very least,
you can help.
Yeah, I was gonna say Diota probably would as well, but just to like try to move away the parts that are
Okay, well, even
clearly
with help,
nothing.
it's only a 9. Apparently, I'm kind of rattled.
This
Also-
space is full of parts, including many horns and bits of red skin and all kinds of different bits and pieces. So you've no clue. There's a whole bunch of dead things down here. Dead people, dead...
I'll hold up a
everything.
chunk of tiefling skin, well, red skin, and also a horn. These probably aren't my friends, right? Like, something else? I think...
Mhm.
Can somebody who's good at people, like, tell me if these are young female tieflings about my age who died very recently? While we're thinking about making a young female tieflings roll, do we want to take a break? Right now?
How much longer are we playing? Because I'd almost rather just pass. I'm hoping that we don't go.
I would like a break. I need to use the bathroom.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we can take a break.
Sure. Let's do that then. We'll take a
do a quick one.
Yeah. We'll do a quick one. We can just grab a quick drink, bathroom, etc. And Adam, we will be done maximum 45 minutes after we get back. Is that okay?
Sure.
Cool. Nice one. All right. Have a break. Manage your fluids, etc.
See y'all in a little bit.
See you in a few. Hello, welcome back. Hope you had a nice break. Hope you managed your fluids, whatever you needed to do. Right before the break, nobody's dead except my lump of flesh, and baby Walter it seems to be kind of ghostly, alively dead. We found maybe the remains of Murray's friends. And our plan was to lay Walter to rest in his coffin. Teddy was going to do a nice funeral rite.
Mari was asking for some support and clarification.
Yeah, can anybody else look at these chunks of possibly tiefling that Mari's holding up and see if they seem like young tiefling women who would have died recently?
Would that be medicine or investigation?
Yeah.
Help?
Yeah, one of those. I don't mind.
12?
I could do medicine.
Lovely.
13 medicine.
You have no clue, based on the magical fuckery that's happened in this basement area, how long ago these creatures died. You are relatively sure that they're humanoid, possibly tiefling, but you cannot determine like when they died, how they died, and the age, gender, or sex, or anything of what they were. They're just bits. They could have died 200 years ago. They could have died yesterday. You do not know.
So Mari will pocket the less gory parts, but as she's doing that, she's going, I'm sure these aren't my friends. My friends are fine. Just in case. I'm just taking these chunks just in case. I don't know, maybe somebody can do something if they were my friends, but I don't think they are, because my friends, we were just, it was just supposed to be fun.
Murray, what is your phobia?
Blood.
Uh-huh. And you're
bloody?
picking up, oh yeah, chunks of
well,
gore.
I thought they were like sitting in the water and got washed off in the nasty water. I'll pick up chunks that have less blood and try not to projectile vomit on Deota again.
Constitution saving throw to try not to projectile vomit.
That's a fumble.
That's a crit fail.
Yep.
So you cannot pick up any of these chunks, and you cannot stop vomiting.
Okay, between gasping vomits, get the chunks.
I get behind Mari and haul her out of the room, and I do not pick up any chunks of flesh. Sorry.
Deota will pick up some chunks.
Oh, what a hero. Deota's too good.
Oh god, why do I keep getting vomited on?
I just took a bad boy card, just so you know, for that fumble, Mari. Cool. So, Deota, I hope you're tracking tiefling chunks in your inventory, full of your inventions.
Potentially tiefling chunks. Potential tiefling chunks.
Potential tiefling chunks. Oh, that's horrendous. Yep.
That's very bad.
Yep.
Okay, are we ready to put Walter to rest? I'm doing all of this still holding this child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mari.
Yeah, I've got Mari under one arm and Walter tucked up in the other.
So, Debbie, you had given the kind of the Gandalf response earlier of like this is for clarification, does Teddy remember ever getting past that point of
Teddy,
where they were in the basement?
Every single time that Teddy has been here, Teddy has died in that room.
Okay, so this is new territory for him.
New ground.
So really new ground. So he's feeling very delicate and kind of cautious, but maybe kind of weirdly hopeful. So that is kind of inflecting when it's time to do the ceremony. It's purifying for, yes, the remains of Walter, but it's also kind of like an exorcism for Teddy, also, in a way. Whenever we're ready, whenever we're there. I'm not on the new screen. Is there a new screen?
I haven't moved you. I can move you if you want me to. It'll take me a moment.
Does it matter? If it doesn't matter, don't fucking worry about it.
No, it doesn't matter. There's no practical reason to.
All right. Demon killed. Walter laid to rest.
But Teddy didn't actually do the ceremony. Teddy, you have to give us your pretty words and stuff.
Hey, I'll give you
1 hour of Adam vamping on Teddy's
Everybody get comfortable.
Well, here I am. Here we all are. Here Teddy, am. I perform a special religious ceremony that is infused with magic. For those of you who might be new, when I cast this spell, I choose one of the following rites. The target of which must be within 10 feet of me throughout my cast. It could be atonement.
The manual.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I'm not doing atonement, but that's an option. If I were doing atonement, I would touch
spell books.
Bible or whatever the equivalent is.
Like but not even the Bible. It's like the liturgy, right? That the priest reads during the.
No, but what he really does, he'll touch the weird, ghostly, lively, deadly Walter, and say, none of us asked to be here. Rose, Thorn, Walter, much like us, they were fate and of circumstances outside their. But we live for these moments. We get fleeting, grasping glimpses. I don't know. Some kind of way, in spite of it. Here's to Walter. No, I got distracted. Here's to Walter. Everybody, cheers. What is this?
The house has fallen completely silent after your battle. There's no chanting. There's nothing but the noise of your breath and Teddy's ritual. But as you kind of complete the putting of baby Walter to rest in his little crypt, you hear a scuffling noise behind you, and you turn and see the ghosts of the Durst family. So they appear as they would have in life. So you recognize them from the portrait that you saw upstairs. Mr. Durst is cradling Walter, who is like laughing and tugging on a bit of his jacket. Rose and Thorn smile and like wave at you. They recognize you. Mrs. Durst, she's there and she's kind of off to one side, and she is weeping like heavy, heavy tears, full of remorse. She mouths thank you at you. And the ghosts then dissolve into light and disappear forever.
Mm-hmm.
Can we go now?
I bet we can. Let's try.
I am more than ready to get the fuck out of
As you
and
say
for
that,
once, I think I'm actually going to make it. Teddy gives a smile to all. Like, I feel really good.
As you say that, the house, the basement starts to kind of shake, like it, crumbling. Like the magic that was holding this place together is no longer present, and you think that the house is going to come down around you very quickly.
The escape sequence after the final boss in 80s and 90s Japanese RPGs.
Yep.
Sure.
We run.
Yeah, we run. I'm making sure Lancelot's keeping up, and if I need to, I'm carrying Lancelot, even though I am not strong.
He's faster than you. Don't even worry about it.
Good.
Yeah. Also, yeah.
Also, what?
Okay. No, nothing. He can get out. Don't worry about it. He's got some cool abilities. Right. So we're gonna do this fast and a little messy, maybe. Each of you will need to make 3 different rolls to get out of the house. They have to be 3 different rolls. So, like, you could do like an athletics, you could do acrobatics, you could do something else. I don't know, investigation or a perception or something to like see if you can see where a bit of rock's going to fall down or something. And you collectively and individually need a certain number of successes to get out of the house alive.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
you can all choose the same thing, but so like you can all do athletics for your first check, but then none of you could do athletics again. But it's only like Elise's 3 count for Elise.
Yeah.
What Elise does not affect anyone else. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we want to go through in rounds where it's like everybody's first check?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Looks at my skills. Oh no.
Well, definitely.
If you can justify it to me, Galway, you can use it to escape a crumbling house.
Yeah. No. I feel like I can do that. I just meant I don't have that many I'm good at.
Okay. And one more thing. If you have spell slots left, if you choose to use a spell that costs a spell slot, you can also do that. If you can justify, like if you had knock and you wanted to like knock your way through a falling wall, or if you had, I don't know what other spells exist in the world, like your acid one. Yeah. That's you can use that, and a spell that costs a spell slot is an automatic success, and a cantrip rolls with a lower DC. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you can, or if you're spellcasters, you can also use your spelly things.
I will use athletics as my first check.
Roll that roll.
24.
Okay.
I'm gonna use stealth. I am trying to sneak through anything dangerous.
I love it. Sneak past them falling rocks.
Yep, I still only rolled an 11. What the fuck? I assume that's failure.
I'm not going to tell you that.
I know.
I'm going to use my experience of having like gone through the house and have been the one who is paying like really close attention and even sort of sketching out maps to try to work my best path through using history.
Okay.
Oh, thank Christ. 13, but not a fumble.
Since Teddy was feeling so happy, he's gonna do mirthful leaps. He's gonna use acrobatics to try to dodge out of some falling debris. 14.
Okay. No one is immediately hit by a bit of falling rock. But Mink is like raced off way ahead of the rest of you. They are like out of the out of the first like level of the basement and kind of up to the next level. They're racing away. All right. What are your next choosers?
I'm going to use persuasion as my next one to persuade Lancelot to help me find the way out.
That would be animal handling, surely.
I'm persuading the doggy. It's persuading.
You can
I
make that
the
roll at disadvantage if you want to, Lena, because I'm not convinced by your justification.
Okay, come back to me then. Let me think about
Okay,
it.
okay. Yeah, maybe like persuade the rocks not to hit you. Maybe charm them.
Yeah, would you be good with that?
No.
As
I gave you stealth.
as things are starting to get more decrepit, etc., Jota's going to sort of go from using sort of the memory of that history roll, but now focus much more on their circumstances. So I'm going to try to use investigation, where it's like, yes, I know that we had one or two options here. Which one looks safer?
Best? Love it. Roll that.
17.
Okay.
Can I use my? I have never done this. Fearbold magic, and and cast detect magic as a like looking for any traps or things that are left, any remains of the magic to kind of help navigate the way out.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And because you're using like an ability, that's like a once in a long rest thing. Your
Once per long rest, I can cast the spell detect magic.
Yeah, so that, yes, automatic success.
Okay.
Lena, any thoughts about how you're going to persuade this house not to kill you?
Yeah, so I'm gonna, as I'm running, kind of bargain and persuade with the house itself. I'm persuading the house itself to make it easier for me, because the house has seemed pretty sentient up until now.
Okay, yeah, I'll take that. You can roll that.
24.
Okay.
I will try to. Teddy will try to use athletics, I guess. I'm having trouble thinking of ways to use the others. He's gonna try to run like Mick did.
Yep.
5.
Okay. So the rest of you are racing ahead. You're dodging things. Marie, you seem to be surrounded by like a bubble all of a sudden. Like the house is like, oh yeah, cool, you can get out. No worries. And Mink, you've managed to find like the strongest remaining bits of magic to take you on the paths that are safest, as the building is literally coming down around you, and like big chunks of rock, and you see like, oh, that's the piano and the library bits that are coming down around you as you're trying to make your way up and out. And all of you lose sight of Teddy as he falls further behind you with that hot garbage 5. Teddy, you are struck by a falling bookcase. But you're still moving for now. Round 3.
Question for
Answer.
So, like, once a long rest, spells are okay to use. They don't have to be spell slots as long as they're limited.
Yeah.
Would you allow me to use a once in a long rest ability to help Teddy and then roll normally for myself?
Oh. I would allow you to use the once in the long rest ability to help Teddy, and you would roll at disadvantage.
could I pair that with also using a cantrip to lower the DC for myself? It's one that makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll take that. But you're going to help Teddy. You're rolling at disadvantage, but you're using a cantrip
to lower the DC for me.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to see again the torque that they wear glow slightly, and somewhere back in the house, Teddy, Sanctuary has been cast on you. Meanwhile, as I'm now turning to like sort of go and things are crumbling more, I'm gonna put a hand out and just sort of try to cast Mending, like almost continuously, of just like put it back together, put it back together, put it back together.
Yep.
And in doing that, I'm using Arcana to try to follow like where the magic is most useful. I'm automatically rolling 2, so disadvantage. 9.
Okay. You're lucky that you used that cantrip. It's not an automatic. Fucko. Okay. Anyone else got an idea of what they want to do on their last round?
Yes. I have a question for you. From my background, my feature from my background is my military rank, which we talked about ahead of time as essentially being special forces.
Yes.
Is there something to be said here for that? Similar to a cantrip, kind of lowering a DC
lowering
on
your
something?
DC. Oh yeah, because you're real good at like obstacle courses. That's what special forces do, right? They're doing all the crawling under the stuff and ropes over the shit. I don't know. Like you see it in the movies. Yeah, sure, absolutely.
So I'll use it in combination with survival specifically to make that make sense. But if it can like lower the DC similar to a cantrip, is my thought.
It will.
Okay.
Yep.
Here we go.
I like that creative thinking. I'll reward that.
I'm going to spend my last good boy card to re-roll any wisdom thing with advantage.
You also have inspiration, but you can use your good boy or your inspiration. Adam, don't forget you've got inspiration too.
But the inspiration's more flexible.
The inspiration is more flexible. I will spend the good boy card.
Okay, you spend it.
And I get advantage.
And technically more powerful because it adds advantage here. Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus.
With my military rank helping. Because I really spent a lot of time army crawling under barbed wire.
Yeah, you did. And the barbed wire in this house is really trying to mess you up. Okay, all right. Who else?
I'm going to move from like bargaining to threatening the house, even though it seems like it's helping me, but like I'm just getting very escalated. So now I'm threatening the house with death and burning it down and stuff. So I'm using intimidation.
I love it. Okay, great. Yep.
Hey, 20.
Yep. Okie dokie.
What did Sanctuary do for Teddy?
I'll let Debbie decide that. It was a spell slot spell cast.
Oh, right. Okay, gotcha.
So I don't know if you want to give them the full auto pass from that, or
I would like to see what Adam would like to do with their last round.
Teddy will feel the spell kind of manage of the.
You cut out just then in the middle. Can you repeat what you just said, please?
Teddy will he feels that spell kind of trying to connect with him, and he'll try to meet it halfway with Arcana to take advantage of what Dioto's trying to do. 7. I will use my inspiration.
Okay.
Wait, how's everybody else doing on?
You do not know. You cannot.
We don't know what constitutes save.
Nope. You don't.
I'm kind of worried about Charity's, or not Charity.
Oh.
Diota's 13, 17, and 9. Were Diota's?
The 9 had a lower DC. Just FYI.
And
But
I
wait,
haven't been described as having been like hit by something or hindered up till now.
Did the sanctuary do anything for?
I want to know if Adam's going to spend the inspiration.
Has everybody else already done all their rolls?
Yes.
And it seems like everyone's okay.
You don't know. You can't see them.
Teddy doesn't know. He'll use his inspiration on himself.
Okay.
And he'll try this again. $10.
I
Okay.
think 10 is okay.
The
Yeah,
DC
well,
was different on each of the rounds, so haha,
Oh,
what fun.
interesting.
So Mink and Murray make it out the front of the house, like clear, nothing has hit you. Yes, it's coming down and it's coming down fast, but you're out and you're past the gated portico and you're out the front of the house and you're kind of like holding the gate open as it wants to kind of collapse in, as it seems like it's like a black hole that's falling inwards, and you're holding that gate open, and Giota slides through, like does a super cool like what's the sport where you slide and you get your foot. Yes.
Curling?
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Slide like a curling
slide.
Yeah.
They do slide in curling.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I meant like a baseball slide in and gets clear. And for a very long moment, as the house is still coming down, you don't see Teddy.
Teddy.
I meant to do
wanna...
religion, not arcana.
Does anyone want to do anything in the last like 2-3 seconds before the rest of the house caves in?
Cast cantrip light down into the hole to try to light Teddy's path forward.
And I can be blasting debris out of the way with my firebolt cantrip. Anything that is to help clear the path for him.
Eat this. Eat this.
Eat this, bitches. Not you. You're not bitches. Bitches
No,
is the
no.
house.
Okay. Giota, after your cool slide.
I think I'll join Mari and acid splash some of the debris to try to like move it out of the way.
Okay. Adam,
Yeah, what do you think?
can you make me a dexterity saving throw? Please.
Sure. 9.
Mink at least does have inspiration.
I have inspiration. Can I give my inspiration to Teddy?
You may give your inspiration to Teddy.
And can I guess, I mean, a dex saving throw is the right way to go, but for flavor, I kind of want to do religion. Like, this is like, he's praying to his god. Like, but mathematically, I'm like, religion is only +1 for it. Dex is +3.
If you want to try and pray your way out of the rock that's about to land on your head, you for sure can.
Yeah, he needs to. He's a cleric. He's praying to Yarn. This is it. He has to get out. This is 1001. That's a crit fail if we do it at disadvantage.
I don't think we do it at disadvantage.
I mean, if it's gonna fail, I want the crit fail.
You want the crit fail?
Yes.
You realize she also gets a bad boy card then.
Yeah, and she's already got 18.
Oh.
Maybe not. She has so many.
That's a good point.
Put the crit fail stink on it without giving him a crit fail.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, just
It
give
can
me
be
the
a
stink at
complete and
least.
unmitigated failure without the actual mechanic.
So Teddy was feeling so hopeful.
Yeah,
at the moment
you
that
saw the open his eyes.
At the moment that the family was put to rest, right? And you'd broken the loop. You'd got out, and all you had to do was get out of this house. And you were so busy thinking about and concentrating on the fact that you now could be free and you could get out and you could just finally live a life that wasn't this loop, which apparently you've been in for like 5 years. And as you're thinking about that, you're not really concentrating on the navigating out of the house, and you see your friends, right? These people that you've bonded with over 8 hours or 2 days or however long it's been since you've been in here, who have saved you, who've got you out of this, and you see them making it out, and then Diota blesses you with this sanctuary, and little bits of rock are like pinging off this almost shield of magical energy that Diota's given you, but it's just not enough, and the rocks are coming down so hard, and you're dodging and you're diving out of the way, and you're really trying, and the house is coming down, and you see the light, you see the way out, and that your friends are throwing everything they can to hold that door open for you for a moment longer, and you reach out to your god just for that little extra boost, just an extra second to get your way out, and then everything comes down and it's all dark.
Mari has told you all the gods aren't listening in Barovia.
Fuck. That's honestly awful.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Said everything. What do we see? Just do we see Teddy almost make it, but not? Do we see anything in the darkness?
Oh, they have to make eye contact. You have to see his eyes.
Yeah.
At the final moment.
And
then the look in his eyes is first. It is kind of like one of terror, and then he tries to reassure you, three of you, like this is old hat for him, and he tries. You can tell he's straining to like reassure you. Then it descends back into terror.
Hey, Debbie.
Yeah.
The spell itself doesn't necessarily make full sense. But would you be willing to allow some, I don't know, second chance or bonus if Diota uses Detect Evil and Good cast from their Amber Pendant?
Amber Pendant.
You want to use your Amber Pendant to try and save Teddy?
Yes.
Okay.
Technically, it has 3 uses on the.
Yeah. Yes. But consequences, Galway.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand, and I'm volunteering for those. I was just going for this wasn't like at least as I was understanding it, it wasn't all the way in.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, we just painted a really nice moment, so I want to give Adam the option of first refusal. Of if you want that moment to stand, you can have that. But if you want Diota to make a very minor, hardly dangerous sacrifice at all for something else to happen, you can also have that. That avenue is open to you. And if you want to say let's break here and let's think about it, we can think about it for a week. We can, have feelings, whatever.
Let's. I love it. I love it as an option. I think we should break and think about it. I love it as like a cliff, but I love it as like it seems like Teddy's probably gone, but I like that there's maybe we can talk as a group. Because I think that's great. But I do like that moment of like it's just so terrible, like that hopefulness, and then take it away.
I also want to honor the roles that.
And the roles, yes, the roles were the roles. Yeah.
But as Galway said, Diota has this thing that they have that,
and it sounds really cool. And there might be we take advantage of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I would feel good about. Is that okay, Galway? Breaking and chatting about it.
No, I'm totally happy with it being whatever you want to choose with this. This is this is pretty far down the list of oh shit options in the resources that I have.
Yeah. Cool. I love it. Teddy.
Not
Oh
to
my God.
interrupt the very touching moment, but did Lancelot also not make it out, or was that?
Lancelot had to. The dog always survives, right?
I care obviously more about Teddy. I'm just taking stock of the survivors.
I'm going to hold that card close to my chest because depending on what Adam chooses, it may be relevant.
Interesting.
The dog will get out, but how it happens may depend. Is that all right? Is that fair? There will be no harm to animals, don't worry, but there might be harm to Teddy. There has been harm to Teddy, so it's a TBD. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought I'd feel better about killing one of you, but it actually feels terrible.
Yeah, why would you think you'd feel good about that? That's wild,
I don't
Debbie.
know. I don't know.
It is not a good feeling.
Nope.
It's terrible. It's awful.
Sucks every
and
time.
having to describe that was awful, Adam.
Adam,
you should have
did
rolled
a
better.
great job describing. It's very impactful and very upsetting. And you made Debbie feel bad, which is good. It was very, very good, Adam.
Yes, sorry, and I also was not trying to take any of that away with the I'm like,
no.
I was just sitting here, I'm like, is there anything else? Oh God, there is something.
Hey,
I don't
we're gonna
want
do
to.
everything.
No,
Yeah.
that doesn't detract. That only enriches the whole experience, I think, for me. So thank you. I appreciate and yeah, we can chat about it. We can chat about it on stream too if we want. As a if we want to do a little post mortem, almost literally.
Oh God.
I don't know, a or something. I don't know. What do you think, Debbie? I don't know.
I want to honor however you're feeling and how you feel about this character, right? If you want to be then I'd like there to be a second chance with this character because I'm invested and I care, or if you're like, no, the closure of that moment felt away and I'm happy to honor that. I didn't feel good about about dropping a building. I kind of want to honor if you didn't feel good about it either, but if you felt like that was a good moment, that's the dice.
I don't know. Yeah, I think it's a good narrative moment, and I kind of would take just a couple minutes to I guess even on stream, right? Just kind of touch base as a group and to me be upfront with you guys is the way I kind of approached Teddy, designing Teddy with Debbie and kind of planning. I kind of wanted there to be a possibility of and so this is I didn't decide one way or the other, but I was Debbie, it might be, and part of it was scheduling. I was Debbie, I don't know if I'm gonna have time to be able to do 3 D&D campaigns, and she was well, there might be a natural endpoint for so.
After one or two sessions, I think I said, didn't I?
Right. All cards on the table. I do plan to continue playing because this is so much fun, and I would make a new character or whatever. That.
I was about to start freaking out and be like, "No, fuck you, Adam. Teddy's alive now."
but it was kind of, it came out of that as okay, well, if there's a kind of potential endpoint, and I know that Debbie is do a serious kind of scary campaign. Maybe this is something maybe I will create a character that I might have to just make terms with maybe he's not going to make it out, and again, I want to be very clear, we did not decide when we're even in this session. I was I don't know what, and we left it up to the role.
We did.
And
they all sucked.
But but for me, part of the role play and this, I enjoyed the storytelling of and kind of thinking yeah, Ted might not work out for him, and the loop and the tragedy of it is delicious to me as a So yeah, that's I don't know if that's if anybody has any questions or like, I hope none of you feel like I did it like a shitty thing by creating a character I was comfortable with maybe dying or something. I don't know, like I enjoyed it. And also like I'm not putting a solid period on that because maybe we love Teddy and maybe I'm too tired to like come on, and maybe we do the Diota thing and back in a cool way. But yeah, but so that's just, I guess I just wanted to share that as like to assure people that I'm not shocked. I'm kind of thrilled. I'm kind of like, okay, that was cool storytelling. And yeah, but I'll let the rest of you say if anything you want.
Well, I'm curious, like, if we failed more, would all of us have just died in the house? That's just the end point of that particular story beat is like you either clear your checks or you die in the house. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So mechanically, just so you know, each of you had to get like a minimum of 2 successes, but there were also half successes, right? So the only person that fully failed was Teddy. So the rest of you got your successes and you got enough. But what you could have is if one of you like succeeded 3 times, and one person succeeded like 1.5 times, the kind of average would drag you up. So there were like mechanics at play, like it was an individual thing, but it was also a team thing. But Teddy did not have a good time. So yeah, you could all have died in that situation, but I tried to be nice and give you like the best chance. Like you can use a spell and you can do like
totally, of course. Yeah, I guess like I think that like Diota, like I think character wise, I think Mink would certainly not like consider that case closed, right? And like Diota, like reaching for like a worst case scenario, like can I burn anything I've got left? Like I think Mink is that type of person too, right? Like seeing a person almost make it and not. And so I'm kind of inclined, like I hear what you're saying, Adam, and I think that's like really, and I agree that like, oh man, the way you painted, the two of you, Debbie and Adam, like painted the picture of like this moment of hope just and then crushed is like very aligned thematically with the campaign and everything. And over the table, like love that. And as a player, like very happy if the like with our storytelling, if the decision is this is Teddy's end, right? I do think that character wise, Mink doesn't see this as case closed. Mink sees this as dig Teddy out. Mink sees this as throw himself into the hole and see if he can body block it open wide enough, right? If there's any of those last scrap chances there, including like helping Diota with whatever Diota's got up their sleeve, would be the way that Mink would think this through, would be thinking about this.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and like so like Lena wise, I'm my first reaction is to not tell sad stories. I like things to have hopeful, happy endings. And also I kind of like this for this, right? Lean into something grittier and uglier. This is fucking gothic horror. Maybe someone dies in terror because we couldn't do enough to save them. Maybe they spent the last 5 years trapped and miserable and they just were hit by that impact of that and then they died instead of getting out. And that's gothic horror, baby. Fucking horrible. So like Lena wise, I think I'm okay with whatever you want to do. Adam, if we want to tell if we want it to be a pretty dark story, because I do think this is going to have scars for all 3 alive characters. And that doesn't mean we won't still have humor in here because none of us can shut the fuck up with jokes. But it's going to shift that tone to darker. And I think I'm okay with that. I think I don't need everything to be fucking hopeful and good all the time, and it's gothic horror. And if I was ever not okay with it, I'd say something. Character beat wise, in that vein of this is going to shift things darker, Mari just probably had her 2 friends that she went out adventuring with die as much as she's pretending they're not dead. and then just saw a new friend she was making die in terror in front of her when she was trying to save them. So there's going to be a lot of trauma processing happening there. She's real young. She hasn't experienced things like this before. She hasn't been out in the world before. So she's going to be pretty rough. And also I think I'm okay with that. I'm okay with playing through the impact of that and exploring that if that's what Teddy wants. Not Teddy, God, Adam. If that's what Adam wants. Teddy didn't want to die. And I'm also good with, if that sounds too fucking heavy, with taking a more like last minute, somebody got saved, hopeful bent. Yeah, we're fighting against insurmountable odds in gothic horror world. Things are terrible, and also if we all band together and throw in all of our resources, sometimes we can make a difference. I'm good with either of those angles. So I think I'm good with whatever. Just making sure it's on the table that this is going to make it darker, definitely.
Yeah, I think starting for me from the top and sort of my putting, I think, in a lot of places, the last statement first. I'm good with whatever feels best for you, Adam, in terms of what you want this story to be. I agree with the things that people have said. The manner of Teddy's death will make a lot of things more grim. I think I'm okay with that. I would also flag if not. To me, horror is one thing, bleak is another. I find bleak a lot harder to want to play an RPG in than I do horror. Shit being terrifying and never knowing where the blow is going to come from, sure. That sort of just, we're going to be ground down to nothing is a little more but I do think that, yeah, this could take a dark turn that is more on the horror side. The not attempting to color it particularly one way or another, but above board, so that people can know the thing that Diota has reached out to do with this, will itself have multiple impacts, including potentially some dark and horrifying ones. This is not a thing they would want to do, except for these circumstances. The only thing I'm trying to, the only thing I want to get across is, one, there is storytelling potential in this avenue, and we could talk more about it, potentially like with Debbie on the line between you and I, because this is tied into some more backstory stuff than it is mechanical things. But I also wanted to highlight that this isn't where, like, we were asking, hey, is it the same thing if we're doing like a once per long rest sort of action? You know, is that the same as a spell slot? This is in the lines of, I'm burning one of these that I have for campaign.
Yeah, right.
So, like, just understanding where that is, I wanted to make sure that was clear. But again, I also completely understand, like, it was a beautiful sort of circular loop for Teddy. I understand the storytelling of it as it gets to where it is, and I can understand wanting to go out with that. So I think that that's, like I said, I think that if that's what you're wanting to do, yeah, I totally respect that. I would highlight, because we're also trying to run a more seriously toned campaign, if we go with that route, we should probably also talk about how to introduce your character or your next character, because I'm not sure that people are going to be in a hi new friend kind of mode, and a little bit of, and this is one case where I'd want to try to make that feel impactful instead of kind of hand wave it into the, like, yeah, but we know it's a person playing, it's fine.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, Thank you, Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate. I'm glad we're checking in, and I really. Debbie, what thoughts, feelings?
Your mic keeps cutting out. I don't know if the gain is just too whatever, like not
Oh,
gain,
you know
but
what? It might
but it's
be.
just letting you know that it's like every through few words we just lose you.
Let me set it to this, and yes. Oh, I just saw Debbie's DM to me from 18 minutes ago. No, I was saying thank you for all players. I'm glad we're checking in, and I appreciate what everybody said. And then I was going to ask Debbie, like, where you're at, or what your thoughts, feelings are.
I think everyone else has said it perfectly. I am happy to honor whatever choice you make, and I think everyone said it well in that the darker choice is it stands as is. But if you're not ready to say goodbye to this character, then we have a consequence-filled way of getting another shot, which it's not going to be like a god out of the machine. It's still going to be heavy, and it's still going to be horror. And just for the record, I know I joke about like trying to kill you all, but this is a dark horror campaign, and your lives are on the line throughout. But I feel like I like Teddy as a character, and I think they bring a lot. And I think the moment was horrific and great. And I would also be happy to see more of Teddy. There's no wrong answer here, friend.
Well, the nice thing, and I think what's kind of emerging for me from the postmortem is that, ultimately, like I appreciate that everybody's, it's my choice, and also there are enough layers and textures and connections here in terms of the rippling effect and what Deota is kind of bringing to the table, that there are ways that this, I think, will be a more collective maybe choice than just me, because there are ideas that are coming to mind, and at that point, I think those are conversations that I think we can have off stream. I think for now, yeah. Session wise, end of this session, let's live with the horror of it, and Teddy's gone, and then we'll talk off stream and figure out how to keep telling a cool story with or without Teddy.
All right.
Sound good?
Oh, yeah. Thanks everyone for taking the time to work through that.
Yeah, and let's just give Debbie one quick little shout out for being your first GM kill.
It was horrific. It was not fun at all.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, I nearly cried. Horrific. I don't recommend it. So I think that means that the rest of you are going to be entirely safe for the rest of this campaign. I'm going to be pulling my punches. No, not even.
See, that was the sacrifice I made.
Wow. All right. Okay. Whew. Is there anything else we want to run through before we wrap up, or are we happy to be done? Maybe the wrong word.
It was a cool D&D
session.
I
think we're good.
Yeah. Survived the combat. Maybe survived the house. Maybe not. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in, and to incredible players. A brilliant session. And I'm looking forward to seeing what the consequences are next time. And I hope that everybody chooses to tune in and see how we decide to move forwards. And I think I just want to acknowledge that, like, the dice will say one thing, and we will, honor that as feels right, but also, like, we do have other resources in our pockets, other things that we can play. So it's not, I'm not trying to cheat the D&D death. There are other things that we can do, and there are other consequences that may on what we decide. You just have to tune in a couple of weeks. I don't know what our schedule is. We normally play every other week.
2 weeks
to see what happens. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. The 25th of May. Yikes. What fun. So, join the Discord, !Discord, to get updates and announcements on what we're up to if anything changes. Thanks again for hanging out. Hopefully we'll see you all in a couple of weeks. And make sure that you take care of yourselves, you players and everybody at home. Have a drink of some water. Give yourself a hug. All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.